Okay, I'll be starting now. I hope you all can hear me. So, good evening, everybody.
Hi, you need to speak louder. It's very hard to hear you.
Okay, so can you hear me now? Yeah, so good evening, everybody. Yeah, my name is Osemingi. I'm taking loops Java. So, next, let's define loops. So, what are loops? So, a loop is a programming structure that repeats a sequence of instruction until a specific condition is met. So, let's say you want to perform an operation more than once, you want to perform it multiple times. So, you use a loop. So, the way a loop works, when you want to perform an operation, you give it a condition. So, if that condition is met, then it keeps running. Yeah. So a loop can execute a block of code as long as a specified condition is reached. Yeah, I've already explained that. So why do we use loops? So loops are handy because they save time, reduce errors, and they make the code more readable. So they help us structure our code. So instead of you writing a block multiple times just because you want to print something or you want to do an operation multiple times, and you just keep writing that same code over and over again, all you just have to do is use loops. So we gave an assignment on using loops to print out even numbers from 1 to 10. So I'll be going through that and I'll give you like an hint for people that have not done it and have difficulty doing it. So next we have types of loop. Yes. So we have the while loop and we have the for loop. So while loop loops through a block of code as long as a specified condition is true. I think I've explained that already. So I'll be showing you the syntax on how to use while loop. So let me go to my code editor here and let's start. So let's say I want to print numbers from 1 to 10 without any other conditions. So what I'll do is I'll write while so first of all, to use while loop, we have to declare a variable first, int I equals to 0. So when you declare this variable, all you have to do is keep incrementing it when you're using a while loop. So let's say you want to print number from 1 to 10. So start from I equals to 0. So we do while I is less than 10. System dot out dot print line. So print I. Yes. So if you just run this code like this, it will just keep running and running and running and running and keep printing I equals to 0. So for it to like make sure that it breaks out of the code, we have to be incrementing the I after the block. So this is the condition, this is the keyword while, this is the condition, and this is the increment. So we're incrementing I after every instant that we run the code. So let's run this. Yeah, okay. So it prints from 0 to 10 to 9, sorry, because the condition here is while I is less than 10. So assuming we wanted it to print from 0 to 10, we put less than equal to 10. So when we do this, run it, then it will be 0 all the way to 10. Yes. So this is how to use a while loop. So next we'll go to so in while loops we have two types. So we have the do while and we have the while. So in the do while loop, the code will run the do part first before running the while. So let's say we want to do while. So this is how we do it. So for do while, so we have do, then some code here. While condition, I'm just writing this to just show you how it works. Then increment. Yeah, so do while, the way it works, it first for run this do first before going to the while. So as long as this while meets this particular condition, to keep running it till it will stop, basically. So I'll show you an example now. Yeah, so let's use the same printing numbers from 1 to 10. So let's say declare an integer as usual, I equals to 0. So instead of doing while normal now, let's just print this now. System dot out dot print line I. Yes. So the condition now will be while I is less than or equal to 10. Yes. So let's do I plus plus. Yes. So next we'll run this code and sorry. This now should work. Sorry. So I plus plus. So this is it. So basically doing do while, you like put the particular code you want to run inside the do block, then you add your while. The while will just take the condition alone without any other body. So like the while will just take condition, while the do will take the block of code that you want to run. So let's run this and you see. Yeah, so as you can see, it worked like before. Yeah, it worked like before. So it's first for run this before going to the while block to run to check the condition. So even if the statement here is not like correct, even if the statement is something that it will always be false, it will always make sure that it's going to run the code first. So let's say I equals to 11. Normally this shouldn't run like more than once. So let's run it and see. Yeah, so as you can see, it prints only 11. So it made sure that it ran first. So this same thing, let's try it here. Let's put I equals to 11. Let's comment out this one. And let's run it. Yeah. You see no output. No output. See. But if you want your loop to run at least once before going through that loop, use do while. Yeah. So next we have the for loop. So a for loop is used to like iterate over a sequence. Sequence meaning a list or an array. So for loops, the way for loops works is as follows. So you have the for keyword for. So the first condition 1, this is the syntax, condition 2, condition 3, then your code here. So for loops, you don't need to increment any variable inside the code. So the for loop will take care of everything for you. So let me show you a quick example. I'll comment this out. So for loop, so let's say you have a list, or yeah, okay. I don't think you guys have thought of this. So let me just use the normal print 1 to 10 first, then later I'll just talk about this. So let's say for int I equals to 0. So this is like initializing a variable inside the for loop. That's the first condition. So you initialize the variable first. So the next one will be the condition. So where you want the loop to stop. Let's say when I gets to a particular value. So let's say I less than or equals to 20. Yes. So after that, the next one will be the increment. So we're incrementing I plus plus. Yeah. So then let's print I. So let me run this. Yeah. So as you can see, it prints from 0 to 20. Prints all numbers from 0 to 20. Yeah, so that's how it works. So the next one we have is for in. So let's say, for instance, you want to get all values in a list. Let's say you have a list, maybe a list of phones or something. So let's declare a list string phone equals to this is iPhone, Samsung. So So let's say you have a list like this, and you want to, you want to print out each and every value one after the other. So you use a for each loop. So the syntax for each loop in Java is as follows. So you use for string. Let me comment this out. Let's just see it. Okay. So the type of this list is a string. So you put string. So each value will be saved into a variable. So you declare a variable first. So you use a colon. Then you pass the list funds. So basically what this is saying is for every phone, like for every phone, store it in I, then give me the output. So let's say you want to just print out the phone itself. So when you run this code, you should see each and every phone printed on different lines. So the essence of for loop, like I said before, is to just make everything easier, to make your code neater, and to just like make it easier, basically. Yeah. So instead of me coming and printing, instead of that, print like iPhone, Samsung, Motorola, you see that it can be very, very stressful and to waste my time, basically. So regarding the assignment that we give, print even numbers from 1 to 20. So I'll be doing something similar to that. So instead of even numbers, I'll be printing odd numbers. So you have to just follow and know how I'm doing it and apply it to yours too. So let's say for int I equals to 0. Yeah. I less than or equals to 20. I plus plus. So yeah. So odd numbers are like numbers that if you divide them by 2, they won't give you they'll give you a remainder, basically. So that's the logic we use to implement this. So it'll be like if to get remainder, I use this modulus operator. Modulus 2 is not equals to 0, an odd number. So you just print system dot out dot print my I. So when we run this code, comment this out. Okay. So let me run this code now. Let's see. Yeah. So as you can see, it's round 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. So it prints out the odd numbers because of this if block. So if this statement is true, then print this, else just ignore and move it. You can also use a while loop to do this too. So comment this out. So let's go while. So when you're using while loop, you declare a variable outside first. Int I equals to 0. Then like while I is less than or equals to 20, So it's still basically the same syntax. So I'm just basically going to copy this, paste it here, remove the comments. Yep. So don't forget to always increment anytime you're using a while loop, or else your loop will just keep running and running and running. And you don't want that. It might crash your system. So always increment while using a while loop. Yeah. So yeah, see, this is it. So there are some other things too. There is break and continue keywords too. So they are basically used for loop control. So a break statement can be used when you want to jump out of a loop, even when that condition is still true and you just want to jump out. You use a break statement. Why continue means you want to just keep every other code and continue the loop. So I'll show you guys an example now. So using this, okay, let me just start afresh. So like, okay, for int, you can use anything, you can use ji anything, variables, j equals to 0, j less than 6, j plus plus. Yeah. So I want if j is equals to let's say 2, I want to break out. So I want to stop the loop. So when j is 2, I want to stop the loop, like just break out, forget about the rest. So, but if not, just print okay. So when I run this, you see the output. Yeah, 0 and 1. So when it got to 2, it ignored the rest of the code and broke out of the loop. So assuming this block is not here, and I run this code, you see that it will print everything to 5. Yeah, so it print everything to 5, and yeah, that's how it works. So there's also another one, continue. So what continue does is it won't break out, it won't stop the loop, but it will stop the execution of that code, that particular block. So I'll show you an example. So you see that when I run this, it prints 0, 1. So when it got to 2, if j is equals to 2, j is equals to 2, right? Continue. So what it does is it breaks out of this current loop and continue the iteration. So after 0, 1, get to continue. So it not run this system.out.println j. So it continues the loop, but it ignores the rest of the code, basically. Yeah. So you can also use break and continue for while loops. So we have, let's say, while while always remember to declare a variable outside first. I equals to 0 while I less than, let's say, 20. So same thing, if I is equals to, let's say, 5, or let me use something bigger, let's say 15, break. Normal system dot out dot print line print line I. So let me just make it more verbose, like number is, so I'm concatenating the value of I to this string. So let's run it. Okay, so as you can see, the code keeps running. Why? Because I forgot to increment the value of I. So you see, this is going to like eat up my processor and everything. So I'm going to stop it now. See, it just keep running and 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 running. So as long as you don't increment your I, your code will always like keep running because the computer to do what you need to do. So you don't expect something different when you don't do the right thing. So I've incremented the I now. So when I run it again, yeah. So let's say I put something here, system dot out dot print my um I'm going to ignore this concatenate I. So you see, to run, to print this, as long as the break statement like is after this particular line, this will work. So let's run it and see. Oh, okay, semicolon. Yep. So you see, it prints from 0 to 14. Then if I is equals to 15, it prints I'm going to ignore 15 and breaks. So assuming I put this break before this print statement, it won't work. This print statement will not run, it's not execute. So just print out, it will break out. Okay, what's 0 again? Unreachable statement. Okay, unreachable statement. See, even like try an error. So you have to make sure you put break after all other statements. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So that's it. So regarding your assignment, so I hope everything now should be clearer, and I expect to see more submission on that. So if you have any questions, and you feel free to like DM me on Slack, and I'll be available to answer your questions. So for now, yeah, thanks for joining and have a great evening, everybody.